Howdy everyone, I'm Joshua Schultz.
Tyler Waldrop, Stlth Art.
We're here at Treadwell Coffee, and make sure you tune in to Good Morning Aurora.
Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 7:51 a.m. You're listening to Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It is Wednesday, March 3rd, 3/3/2021. Wake it up, wake it up. Hope this message finds you very well and good with full cup of coffee or getting that refill. So we got some things to talk about today. We are going to do live news this morning as well. So you guys stay tuned to tune in on Facebook. We've got a great interview coming up for you guys today. So without further ado, let's get into what the news is, y'all. Virtual Rocket Rumble starts on the 15th, Monday at 10:30 a.m. A fun music and movement program for all ages. This is brought to us by the Aurora Public Library. Registration is required. Shouts out to the Aurora Public Library. Go to their website and sign up for that. The Aurora Noon Lions will celebrate St. Patty's Day with a corned beef and cabbage dinner fundraiser. The public is invited, and there will be a dine-in and drive-through option. It'll be on Wednesday, March 17th from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at Luigi's Pizza in Aurora. Dinner options are corned beef, cabbage, carrots, potatoes, bread, and a cookie. To order, click the link. We actually posted this on our Facebook, so click that link on Facebook and it'll take you right to it. Or you can purchase tickets the day of from a Noon Lions member. All right. Holy Angels, a STEM specialty school rooted deep in faith and recognized for academic excellence. They're having their 15th annual Seraphim Ball fundraiser to benefit the school's in-person and remote learning programs. The virtual event will start on March 3rd, or today, how about that, at 9, and will conclude on the 6th at 8:30 p.m. The live auction portion will occur on the 6th from 7 to 8 p.m. as well. This year's theme is a toast to teachers. Holy Angels was founded in 1911 as a community of priests, educators, parents, and parishioners dedicated to providing a combination of religious and academic excellence in its educational program. Shouts out to Holy Angels and all of our friends who are going to get involved in that. All right, so the CRB, Civilian Review Board, those final candidates have been announced on the city's Facebook page. I believe I'm going to be posting the announcement as well on our Facebook page and our Instagram and our Twitter. So all those candidates, all 9 candidates now make their way to the committee of a whole to be voted on and approved. So the candidates are as follows, recommendations. Kim Bright, Dr. Timothy Brown, Rajesh Shah, Dr. Vincent Gaddis, Jacqueline Gibson, Ginger Ingram, Andrea McMillan, Lily Rocha, and Curtis Wilson. Very cool. Shouts out to them and congratulations as well. All right. Damn, it's a fire this early in the morning. Coming to you live from the beating heart of downtown Aurora, y'all. All right. House Bill 3438. That's in the news and making rounds. House Bill 3438 would require all Illinois universities and community colleges to A. Designate an on-campus employee as a Dream Resource Liaison to provide assistance to students who lack proper authorization to be in the United States. B. The Dream Resource Liaison may assist staff, students, and their families with post-secondary resource options for grades 9 through 12. And C. Encourages the creation of a Dream Resource Center on each Illinois campus to offer various student services. Shouts out to all the lawmakers involved in that. As we know, resources for undocumented residents have been a challenge here in the city of Aurora and nationwide. And last but not least, don't forget the downtown Aurora scavenger hunt taking place May 14th from 5 to 10 p.m. The Hunt headquarters is Ballydoyle, Aurora, 28 West New York Street, downtown Aurora. The teams of 4 are $150, and that includes drink tickets, prizes for first place and best team shirt theme, 50-50, and basket raffles. Sign your team up today at www.rotaryaurora.org. This was brought to us by our friends of the Rotary Club. Shouts out to the Aurora Sunrise Rotary Club as well. All right, and that's the news. So with that, we hope you guys have a great day. And for the rest of you motivated folks, head on over to Facebook right now and get ready to get on the live news with your boy. Good morning, Aurora. And that is the news. All right. Good morning, my man.
Hello, sir.
Good to have you home.
I made it.
Made it.
Mama, I made it.
All right. So, for the listeners,
Yes, sir.
let us know who you are and where you're from.
My name is Tyler. Tyler Waldrop, a.k.a. Stlth Art, and I am from Aurora, Illinois. Born and raised.
All right.
True and true.
Interesting, because we had so many people. Yeah, I'm from Aurora. Well, I was actually born in Geneva. Been here like 8 years.
Then I got married. And now we've been here for 10, but it's beautiful.
It is.
Because everyone is from everywhere, and everyone does have, I'm a fan of 6 degrees of separation.
Right.
So you go anywhere in the world and you say I'm from Chicago. Oh, where are you from in Chicago? Oh, really? I'm from Aurora. Oh, I have a cousin that's from St. Charles or from Yorkville. Or,
right.
Y'all still got that casino out there?
Right.
Or the outlet mall out there?
Fact, yeah. Those are some of the conversations that you have in all kind of places.
Yeah, so I stopped claiming Chicago about 10 years ago. Because then, everybody's from Chicago, of course. And they're like, oh, what block you from? And I'm just like, no, really.
Where'd you go to school?
West Aurora.
Okay.
So, Blackhawk.
Blackhawk. All right.
Yes.
All right, good. We need more of y'all on the show to kind of even it out, because we have a lot of Tomcats on this show.
We out here.
Yeah.
I'll give you a list of them.
Growing up, what impact did your mom have on your life?
Ah, man, my mom? Jeez. So, my mother, I got this tattoo right here. There's no way I could pay you back, but the plan is to show you that I understand. So we'll start there. It's just like, she put something up inside of me because she cleans houses. She cleaned houses for 20 years. Mm. And just to see how hard she works, and like to see like, she had like 7 businesses at one time. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, she's a bodybuilder, and she fine. I made a post the other day, I was like, I came out of that.
Right.
52, looking better than
half of y'all.
I ain't hating, everyone's beautiful, you know what I'm saying? But I always say like, she made me into a man, cause she taught me how to get out there and hustle. Just like, I get emotional, cause it's like, sheesh.
Yeah. I think one of the best things about growing up and seeing our parents work. So my mom had like 2 jobs with me and my younger brother, you know what I'm saying? So it was quite common to like only see my mom going to school. When I got home from school, she wasn't there, and I might be asleep. I put my brother to sleep before she gets home. So now I feel you though, man. That's moms give us the hustle. That's where it comes from. Yeah,
she had my sister when she was 17. She had me when she was 19, and we had the conversation. When I was 17, she was 30, or she was 35. I'm sorry. So I'm 35, raising a 5-year-old son. She was 35, raising a 16-year-old son, and it's just like we grew up together.
Right.
And that's the conversation that we have now. Is that like, she's learning from me, I'm learning from her, because we're both growing. Mm-hmm. And we're both learning on. When she was in her 20s, she couldn't go out and party because she had 2 kids.
Right.
So she had to work. But once we got older, she said, "Look, I'm going to Florida. I'm going to the Bahamas. I'm going to Las Vegas.
Right.
So it's my turn now."
Yeah.
So she caught back up.
What does America mean to you?
So I had a journey with America. I hated it, rightfully so. Me being in the skin in these times, you hate it, but then you can't blame people today for things that happened hundreds of years ago. You can't carry that baggage because you will hate people. You will want to go out there and do something stupid. You know? So now America is a beautiful place because you can come here with nothing and you can become successful. You do have freedoms, you do have rights. If you make up your mind you want to do something, ain't nobody gonna stop you except for you. Now it's a matter of what type of America you want to experience. You know, there's people in America that are good, there's people in America doing bad. You know, you gotta make up that choice, especially being young and black, you know, because you definitely get caught up in the history and the rhetoric and everyone's this or everyone's the man, the system, it ain't built for us.
Right.
But I know plenty of successful black people coming from all different backgrounds, plenty of successful immigrants, plenty of successful people that overcame anything in this country, and now they're living the American dream. You got to create it if you want it. You know,
Right.
That's what America is to me. Is, you know, I feel like if you work hard and you do what you got to do, people will help you out. People will put you in a situation to make the best out of your experience.
Were you always an artist?
Yeah, you know, in first grade, they always put you in the art class. I could never draw on the
It's
line.
like default, yeah. You
Yeah,
gonna
it's a class PE. My class was PE. You know, I always got that A. But in art class, you know, I wasn't. And I'll tell you, Jen Towers, she was my art teacher. She's an art teacher at West Aurora. Her name isn't Towers anymore. I have to look up her name. I always forget her name, but I'm bad.
Let me get that name.
Okay. I'm bad at remembering that people remarried. So I call them their names of when I knew. She's an art teacher over at West Aurora. And she told me, she said, look, Tyler, you gotta be a productive part of society. When I was a senior, she's like, Tyler, be sure you be a productive part of society. And I'll always remember. I tell her anytime I see her, it's like, you know, that's something that that I hold near and dear. So yeah, and you know, you just have the art as an elective. What ended up happening was I was a rapper. I don't know if you know about the history of rappers in Aurora. Aurora has about 2,000 rappers. Some of them, and there was a time people were quitting their full-time jobs to become local rappers. You have hip-hop shows. So there was saturation. It was too saturated, Curtis. You know what I'm saying? Too many rappers.
That piece of paper right there. Thanks.
And so I started taking my lyrics. I had like 3 rhyme books over a summertime. You know, you go back, you study all the greats. You know, you get the Nas, you get the first Tupac, you get the first B.I.G.
Tupac dubs now Tupac.
You could go back.
Yeah.
You know, you get the first Eminem, you get the Run DMC joints, all the essentials. So then I had rhyme books, and I was like, man, ain't no way I'm gonna stand out, cause like, you know, I wasn't hot. I wasn't nobody downloading my stuff. So I started taking my lyrics and I put them into. So you're painting pictures with your words, right?
Right.
So I come in, I'll be like Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, but my name is Waldrop because I'm standing tall. You know, whatever.
Right.
And then I know you got rhymes, Kurt. I know how you get rhymes. So,
right.
I would be like, okay, so that's a picture. You get Humpty Dumpty, you get him sitting on the wall, then you draw your little graffiti. You know, people like to consider my art style graffiti, and I'll take that. But
You don't consider graffiti?
I don't know, cause I could draw some abstract stuff. I'm very good with line work. I could draw a picture of your face, and I was filling out an art bio the other day, and I was just like, how would I, like, literally for me, like, where do I fit in?
Right.
And I've never painted a picture of myself, and I struggle with that because it's just like, why not? Like, I done painted 1,000 pictures. Why haven't I painted a picture of the one person I see the most? I think that's the question of my life. That's the journey.
Was Stlth Art your rap name?
No, my rap name was T-Dro Frankenstein.
Yeah.
T-Dro Frankenstein.
Word up.
And then I came up with Stlth Art because it was like a stealth bomber. Like it's there and it's flying and you're not gonna see it. But if it bombs on you, you'll be like, where'd it come from? Like where's all this dope art coming from? Like who is he? And so this is new. This is, I don't even feel like I should say this, but comparing my art style to like MF Doom. I had a friend when MF Doom passed. I was like, I don't even have any MF Doom. Like I've never heard of him, never listened to him.
Never?
So, never.
Okay.
This was up until I think he passed away on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was recently. He just passed.
Right.
And so everyone was like posting. I'm like, I've never heard of him. I've never like downloaded a mixtape. So then my friend, he was just a super hip hop head. And he was like, these are the 4 you need to download.
Right.
So I started listening to him. And I'm just like, this dude rhymes how I rhyme like him. He rhymes like, I can't say he rhymes like me.
Right.
But, and then so I started learning the backstory of it. Because he's everywhere. He's got like, you know, with the samples and
Oh,
like,
hell yeah.
people just love the essence of it.
Yeah.
I'm working on a mural right now with Dada Soulface.
Okay.
And he came up in that 1994, 1998 hip hop, like raw, gritty style of hip hop.
Yeah, when the MF was only on tape.
So they're the same age.
Right.
And I think Dada's 46, and MF is 50. And then so he was telling me like before how like how he came back as MF Doom, like the I think he calls himself the villain. You know, and and I'm just like, that is like I feel like I embody that character. You know, so maybe I'll have to come up with some Doom art coming up here.
From hip hop to art, it's a seamless transition. Just about.
It's a part. It's the same.
It makes more sense now to me because like I had seen your logo and Stlth Art before I like met you and knew you, and I always thought it was STL, like something like I thought.
You called me STL for like a year.
Yeah. I was just like yo STL. I didn't know like it was Stlth Art. I thought that you was like a brother from St. Louis on some fly shit, you know, like.
Yeah.
So I was just like
they out here too. You know?
STL.
And I'm if I was a local artist in St. Louis, I'd probably fit right in because everyone would gravitate.
Right.
You know.
So briefly, because this is about art and about you, but I still want to ask about that. Like, what is the history of local hip hop and rap in Aurora?
Man, it was beautiful.
Can you condense it like real quick for my next question? Like, give me a little more.
It was beautiful. We were having hip hop shows every week. People were taking trips. It was like celebrity status, And then you would branch out to like Joliet and Elgin and Chicago, and it was just packed. It was. We would fill up the Leland Tower. We would fill up. What's the Mexican cuisine spot over there on
La Quinta?
La Quinta. We would fill it up, but then, couple stabbings, couple shootings, and they shut all that down.
Yeah, somebody got stabbed and shot. Like
that's not funny. A couple fights and but now what local hip hop? Where is it at?
Right.
And now those same artists, like they've done perfected their craft so much. It's like to hear one of their mixtapes is just because they done worked it and but they practice it right out here, and it just drizzled away. I think that we all had to get jobs and having kids
and to be clear, that thing I just said about La Quinta was not attributed to you guys in the hip hop movement at all. So I want that to be clear on the record. That was just because La Quinta was a club on its own every other like night of day of the week. That kind
but
of
there was like 3 killings in La Quinta.
Yeah.
In that time period, and it was just nonsense.
Right.
It's like, come on, man, we gotta protect our home more than anything. And this is, this is the community. This is art. This is love. This is like me and you coming together to make this place a home.
Right. Right. To give it a flavor of soul, to make it good. Exactly. Man. What are a couple of the biggest changes that you've seen specifically to the downtown area in your time?
Right now it's political season, and I know where I'm at. You know, but I don't got no problem
You
with
ain't
what.
where you at. You ain't nowhere. We in the Sacred Heart City. We in Aurora. You can speak your mind.
All right, so check it
What
out.
kind of?
I don't got no problem with what Mayor Urban's doing. I just think that he missed a big opportunity to bridge the gap between cops and community.
Now this wasn't political. This was an everything question. So you know this could be.
Yeah, well,
Yo,
no,
press-
because
okay.
I feel like Mayor Urban, he's done a great job of bringing businesses down here, making
Right.
sure that bringing investors down here, you know, and then so the downtown area, I like the fact that there's not as many empty buildings. They're starting to restore the buildings that have been empty for a long time. They knocked down the old Copley. And then as far as anything else, as far as you know, this year has been hard because usually you get the river's edge going,
Right.
and it's packed, and then they have a Mexican parade in that parking lot back there for like 4 days, and that's the neighborhood right there, and you can't even find a park on the street.
Right.
You know, and stuff like that. I feel like just evolving with the times, and you know, I'm always a fan of youth activities, so I think that the city could always do more for the kids, but I ain't got no problem with any changes going on downtown, you know.
So it is the pandemic. We got the bridge that's been built, and to your point, like River Edge Park, all the attractions and everything like that. Do you foresee, or I guess a better way to put it be, what do you foresee for 2021 here? Do you know, what does Tyler think? You're gonna be leaving us, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll
But
be
you
back.
still got, but you right, and you still got a vision. So
Yeah.
what do you think? What do you feel for 2021?
I think people gonna lose their mind when they open up. Whenever the world open up, it's gonna be, everyone gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna go to my first concert. And then once you get into that dance floor, once you get up in that mosh pit, it's gonna be nuts. You know, I think they said they got Snoop Dogg coming back.
Because that was like one of the concerts that was supposed to happen right before the pandemic. It was Snoop Dogg and Twista.
Yeah, that was gonna be fun.
Right.
I would have definitely been up in there. You know what I'm saying?
Cottonseed Creative Exchange.
That's family right there. They hold me down.
Talk about it.
Oh man, they've been a big part of my growth. I was looking for a seamstress, and there's a seamstress right next to the shop. They weren't open, so I'm banging on the door and nobody there. And I was like, oh, this door looks open. Let me go ask and see what the deal with the seamstress. It's Renee and Yvonne. And they're just like, oh my God, you know, Yvonne's open arms. I've been looking for an artist. Oh my God, you're working so beautiful. The next day, we signed a contract and I was able to vend there. And it's beautiful because you need people like Yvonne in the community because she's like a glue. She gives you opportunities to connect with people, and I could put my art there. Someone, since my art's there, someone could walk by it and see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she's any idea I've had, she said, let's do it, Tyler. If I say, hey Vaughn, I want to have a pop-up. Hey Vaughn, I want to do a voter's registration drive. Hey Vaughn, I want to put a mural on the wall. All right, Tyler. Okay, let's do it. Let me check my account. You know what I'm saying? And Steve, he's even been greater just because me and Steve, he's like my mentor. Me and Steve have great conversations, and you meet so many great creatives. I got on the news. Now I'm on the news again.
I saw you.
Yeah,
I saw you.
but that's family. I'm gonna still have my shirts up there. I'm dropping some shirts off today, and so pretty much I'm gonna be just shipping, you know,
Right.
a couple shirts every month or whatever.
So where are you moving to? What's the deal? Where are you going?
I'm gonna be in the middle of Texas.
Okay.
My
Abilene?
son's mom found a job in Abilene, Texas. So the plan is for me to get down there, get everything in order, and then I'm gonna set up in Dallas, and then we'll just do I don't know. We had a conversation this morning, and maybe I'll stay during the week there and go to Dallas for the weekend, you know. So if anyone's passing through Texas, hit me up at Stlth Art. you know, I'll be there.
Expanding.
Trying to get I was telling you know, that was the sad part. I just had to leave my job. I work at United Sugars, the Sugar Dome over there off Alcott.
Right.
And that'd be a cool interview to go over there.
Really?
Yeah. That'd be cool. They got a Sugar Dome facility, storage facility. They're breaking ground on a second dome, and that dome holds like 2.5 billion tons of sugar.
Right. Dang.
Yeah. So enough sugar to cover this whole, you know.
Downtown.
That's a good thing and a bad thing, though.
So right now, this is the time where spring is coming. It's getting nicer outside. It's looking real nice and pretty and beautiful and everything. And now with the sun, I can see so many walls, right? I see so many walls.
Yes.
Should we look at there? Should we look at there?
Let's put art on them.
You got any walls? Are there any areas downtown that you looked at, you think like, that should need some love?
Yeah. You gotta put the colors on them.
Where are they at? 'Cause I want people to see this. I want artists and creators to see this and
so
be like,
there's right down the street when you get on Spring Street here, right past the fire station.
Yes.
When you go under the viaduct.
right.
That should say like Los Aurora on it, or like Welcome to East Aurora, or something that represents that neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's the bridge that's right by the fire station at Hollywood and Express for those
Then
who
you
are
go,
looking.
then you go under and you come up onto Lincoln.
Lincoln, yep.
Yep. And so I've always said that, and you could paint underneath that viaduct. If you go into that fire station, they got some beautiful art in there. So that would be one. I wanted to put one of my logos. I got this really crazy, swirly looking, and the guy, he's like pouring some concoction. Right here, kitty corner to Fifth Third Bank, there's a big white slate, and it's got like a little grass knoll area. You got
Where the ATM part is?
across the street. It's on this side of the street. It's on the end of the street. You probably see
Oh,
it.
okay, yes.
And it's just a white slate.
Right.
That one. And you know, I'm a fan of like stuff you really can't see. You got to go behind the building to see it though too. You know, like go down the alley, climb up the ladder, then there it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that type of art too. So
Right.
pretty much any place, but and I think that's what would be interesting to see the evolution of art downtown Aurora. I think that it's moving forward, and you know, I'm a fan of just kicking down the door though. So
Right.
hopefully more artists get out here and get known. You know, get more opportunities.
What is Black history to you?
Every day. It's more so of it's you gotta learn it. You have to search it, you have to want to learn it. I just was watching the Billie Holiday documentary last night, and it was really sad. You know, I didn't know about Billie Holiday until 2 days ago. I seen it on my tuner, and I ignored it. But then I was listening to a podcast, and they were explaining her struggle and how they passed these laws to where they knew the jazz musicians were using these drugs, so then they passed these laws. So now these people who are using these drugs are going to prison, and she knew exactly what she needed. She needed therapy. She needed help. Like, don't put her in the jail.
Right.
But that's Black history, because it's like you gotta just. It's beautiful. You know, Black history is beautiful. And don't be ashamed of it, and tell it how it is.
Right.
You know.
So what is or do you have many mediums? I've seen you paint. I've also seen you do things with acrylic and all that. If I've seen
Yeah. So if you look at all my paintings, I use a brush, and how I was held accountable was like, you ain't no real artist unless you see those brush strokes. Because I could go in there and put the brush strokes on and then perfect it with the marker and get those real tight lines. You know what I'm saying? And no shade, but a lot of artists that I see, they use markers. And how I was always held to a standard was we want to see those brush strokes. Meaning, like, it will be flawed because those little bristles will go buck wild on you.
All of them are packed tight, but there's those three that doing their own thing. Yeah, that one.
You gotta learn how to work it. So, I prefer canvas with a brush, with acrylics. I've never messed with oils, but that's gonna be fun about the evolution of who I become. Is like, you know, I might see you in a year or two, and I'll be like, man, Curtis, remember that conversation? Now I'm doing this.
Right.
You know, I started doing furniture. I started pasting
I saw
newspaper clippings, and then you put the epoxy on it, and a couple of these things are coming out beautiful because you could like manipulate that epoxy. So I do tattoos, I do graphic design. I don't do spray. I can't use a spray can. I don't use air. I can't use a air gun.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I could paint with acrylics, I could tattoo, I could do graphic design, and of course anything with a pencil or a pen, I'm the man, or a marker, you know. I'm the man. That's it.
Who's your shirt maker? Do you make your own shirts?
Yes, this is all in-house. You know, I've had to like perfect it, of course, and I have a heat press at the house, and I just order wholesale shirts, and I have a company in Elgin that makes, these are screen print heat transfers, and so I just press them on there at like 350 360 degrees, and it melts to the shirts. And like I say, I've been making shirts for probably 15-20 years, not 20 but 15, like 12 to 15 years here, and I still wear the same shirts. You know, they get little cracks in them and whatnot, but the ones that I take care of, they still look brand new. You know.
So that's a bomber robot. It's like Mega Man.
Yeah.
What is his name?
His name is Rocket Man.
Okay.
But I have another logo that's based off of him, just a straight shot 2D version of him. We call him Bob.
Okay.
Everyone can relate to Bob.
Okay.
You know, Bob, he's happy. You know, you wear that shirt and you get so many compliments. And that's the cool thing about making shirts, is that like I meet so many different people. That's why I'm a fan of getting kids. Like if your kid is into, right now me and my son are gonna make a YouTube channel. He wants to show all his little toys. But him doing that, he can meet different people. I meet so many people just off of making shirts, you know, and it keeps me, one, it keeps me out of trouble. It keeps my brain like evolving and moving. Like, you know, the person that I think of is like Chad, my man Chad over at Treadwell. Yes,
Shouts out.
And I would have never met Chad if it wasn't for art. You know, and Chad's a cool guy. Like, you know, you talk to Chad about anything, and it's like, man.
From tattoos to coffee to whatever.
Politics. Definitely.
Politics, yep.
You know, Chad when we talk politics. Chad does, you know.
When did you? Do you have the original drawing of that? How did you come up with that? When was he born?
So, my brother vectored this for me. My brother-in-law. I sent my brother a rough sketch, like the skeletons of like a guy flying through the sky, and 2 days later he was a graphic designer, so he was my vector, and he took it to a whole nother level. But yeah, I have the original, and there is no original of this because this was created in Adobe.
Okay.
Yeah,
I understand. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this, I haven't put his name on it. This right here, B-I-Z, that's his name, Biz, because I was just like, you know, shout out. And this design is probably, like I say, I made this in like 2012, so it's standing the test of time, and I journeyed away from it because like my style changed, And then I was just going through my old files, and I was like, man, this thing still look. And I just started sampling it, and then I came with these tie-dyes, and I sold out. So now it's just a matter of selling out in Texas now.
Right. Where were you the night of the Aurora riots?
Oh, man. We went to the police station in Indian Trail, and then they were talking about they were going to the outlet mall. I'm just like, that's like 3 miles, and I'm gonna have to walk 3 miles back. So
Right.
we went and got back in the car, went over to my went somewhere, and then I was on the west side. So in order to get back to my house, there was no way that I could get around coming through here.
Right.
So I parked right there. I parked over here on Benton, and I walked through the back side of here, and they had the police line in front. I remember this verbatim. They had the police line right there, and everyone was like talking junk to the police. And I went up to the police, and I looked them in the face, and I just said, "Are you okay?" And they said, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I was like, "Cool." You know what I'm saying? Just because it was just like, you could tell, like, them police didn't want to be there. You know, it was just like, what the hell's going on down there? And so I went down, and I ended up talking to Yvonne. She was calling me freaking out, like they breaking glasses and stuff. So I ended up just doing like a wellness check on the cottonseed, and yeah, I was trying to explain to people, it's like, don't bust this shit up, because like that's my painting in that door. You hurting the wrong people. You know, go burn down City Hall.
Right.
Go burn that shit down.
Right.
Don't mess with the people who are with you.
Yeah. Y'all,
And I stood down there.
A black on story. Y'all don't get the memo with the.
And I stood down there for probably like 30 minutes, and like the vibe was just bad. Like they wasn't saying nothing like George Floyd. Like it was more soldiers. Ain't nobody stopping us, so we gonna just stay down here and tear shit up until, I think they let them stay out there till like 11 o'clock at night, and they got bored.
Right. Right.
Anyone with common sense, you know.
Yeah.
But it was scary, and they had that tear gas going, that tear gas to tear you up.
Right.
But then it was like literally 6 a.m. the next day, people was out there with their brushes, you know, cleaning it up. It was clean by like 8 a.m.
Right.
You know?
That's
and
true.
by like 9 a.m. they had the boards up, and we was painting by noon. It was hot that day, and it was just like we went on like maybe like a 2-month run after that, just like community-based projects.
And then I saw you painting Usamba with Peanut and another young brother.
Hot. That was like,
It's a hot ass day.
that was a hot day.
Yeah.
Yes, me and Peanut. And like it was just like, that was just a beautiful time for me. I'll never forget that experience. And so many, I literally met like 200 people in like a month, and they were all like either like what do you call them? Just like people who want to like revolutionary isn't the word.
Okay, yeah. Not revolutionary, but I guess at best socially conscious.
So many socially conscious people.
Yeah.
You know, on both sides.
Right.
And that's one thing I like listening to your show about, is that you reach on both sides. Like you get the voice from law enforcement officers, you get the voice from judges, you get the voice from policemen, and it's beautiful because I understand they have a hard job. You know what I'm saying? And our job as community members is to love each other,
right,
and to protect your neighborhood so that the police don't have to come to your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I appreciate it.
And if you need something, find a way, organize. You know what I'm saying? Organize and apply pressure to these people in these offices.
Right. That's why I'm sitting here asking our alderman, Bill Donnell, for example. Perfect example. That's why I'm asking him. So, what was the first city thing that you joined that shows whoever's listening that, hey, maybe I could?
Well,
it's
it's
a park
on the
district,
people.
like,
It's on the people, and,
Right.
and you know, we definitely just need to continue to organize, and
Right.
get these groups, get these East Side Moms groups, get these West Side basketball players groups, or whatever groups that you fit into, and get these events going.
Right.
Have these food drives, get these, you know, and right now we need each other, you know.
What will you miss most about Aurora?
My grandma, of course. You know, she came to Aurora when she was 17 with a baby. She's 82, so you do the math. That's probably like 1930s, maybe 1940s. You know, she said Galena was a dirt road. You know, it was just nothing there. Just you went from, I guess you would say, 47 to 59, all the way through. And my grandma has the beautifulest garden I've ever seen, and you know, she's raised me up, and she's taught me everything I know. And the High Street Bridge, I'll miss that. There's a beautiful view on the High Street Bridge. I'm a jogger, so I'm on the nature trails, and I go up and down the river. The river's beautiful. It's always changing. After a rain, it's high.
Right.
After a storm, everything's all like messed up, and the water's raging.
It's a big ass tree that wasn't there before, like that.
And you could go up and down. There's beavers. There's all types of fun things in that river. But I'm an outdoors person. As far as a restaurant goes, there's a carnita spot right there on Lincoln and Galena. Lincoln in New York, I'm sorry. It just opened up.
Oh, that little joint.
Yeah, it's
right
got the
there.
little pig on the top of the hill right next to Waycross.
Right.
I'll miss that. There's a of course, Elotes Gomez. That's the neighborhood spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a block away from us.
Right.
Yeah.
That little joint. Yeah.
You drive by there, that line will be around the block. And I'm like, what is this place? And then I was like, okay, so one day when it wasn't so packed, I went in there, got me a little mango nada, you know.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
that's what's up.
and that's the thing I will miss. I just miss, like, you know, the East Side has a vibe. East Side is like a whole vibe. People are outside, 6 o'clock in the morning, they're playing their music, their horn, bam, 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 bam. I tell you what, when I was a kid, that stuff used to drive me crazy. I'm like, what the is this shit? You can't even. Why are they playing this music so loud at 6 o'clock in the morning? Now, shoot, I hear that music playing. I was like, oh, okay, someone's having a good day today,
right?
And they'll play that music all night, and it's just like, go outside, sit back, have a beer with my uncles.
Yeah, I'm experiencing it now.
It's beautiful. That's a great neighborhood right there.
The show ends on a positive note.
Okay.
What is your message to the people of Aurora today?
Oh man, just hustle and motivate. Be proud of where you're from, and be proud to represent it. I don't like hearing Aurora, and I don't like hearing Aurora in the news for bad things, and it's not a bad place. You know, we just gotta protect it, and you know, hold it down.
Protect it and hold it down.
Yeah.
Words from Tyler.
Yeah.
TW, Tyler Waldrop.
Well, because you're doing it though. You're putting it on the map. Second,
Sorry, man. I appreciate it.
Second largest city in the state.
Yeah.
You know, but that's only second to Chicago. So, you know, you gotta rep it.
Right.
You gotta be proud of your town.
It was too many people here with cool stories. I'm the only person hearing this.
Yeah.
I'm not, right? You know what I'm saying? We moving in almost the same exact circle.
Yeah.
So you know that there's a lot of heavyweights with great stories,
Man.
like yours, like people who I didn't know that ish.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing. Take it back to a throwback in this episode. I'm seeing the whatchamacallits, the boxes,
Mm-hmm.
the electrical boxes.
Yeah.
I saw them when they weren't painted. Then I see them they painted.
Yeah.
Come to find out, the people who paint electrical boxes is okay. Oh, they know Tyler. Okay, so boom, and that's I'm just collecting these great stories, and people need to hear this. People need to understand that.
It's definitely brighter. The future's bright, and these kids just gotta give them whatever resources they need
Right.
to take it to the next level.
On behalf of Good Morning Aurora, we appreciate you, my brother, and we hope that you have a blessed time, you and the family down there in Texas.
Yes.
We
Thank you.
hope that Stlth Art thrives.
It will.
You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you doing the show, man.
Same to you.
Appreciate the interview, man. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun in McCarty.
Yeah.
Anyway, to all y'all out there, this episode was a pleasure. Check out Stlth Art. Get your t-shirts, follow, subscribe, all that. And we will see you back here tomorrow for another blessed, positive episode. Peace.